You cannot wave away an agency that you don't like or that you disagree with by executive order or by literally storming into the building and taking over the servers. That is not how the American system of government works.
Just like Elon Musk did not create USAID, he doesn't have the power to destroy it. And who's going to stop him? We are. We're going to stop him. We don't have a fourth branch of government called Elon Musk. And that's going to become real clear.
They're shuttering agencies and sending employees home in order to create the illusion that they're saving money in order to do what? Pass a giant tax cut for billionaires and corporations.
We talked about Trump wanting to be a dictator on day one, and here we are. This is what the beginning of dictatorship looks like. When you gut the Constitution and you install yourself as the sole power, that is how dictators are made.
Democratic members of the House and Senate outside the Washington headquarters of USAID today. They stood with protesters who had gathered to denounce the Trump administration illegally shuttering that agency. USAID employees were told to stay out of the agency's headquarters today. Many were locked out of the agency's computer systems. When senators and members of Congress tried to enter the building today, they were blocked by what appeared to be uniformed Department of Homeland Security officers. What are you doing there? Congressman Jamie Raskin told Axios, quote, "We were told the office is closed and all employees were told to just telework, but I thought that was illegal now." Donald Trump has said working from home will be almost entirely banned as he tries to get federal workers to quit. There was also a protest this morning outside the Office of Personnel Management, which is essentially the federal government's HR department. This is the office from which Trump appointees have been sending out emails to federal employees telling them to quit. Tomorrow, there's a protest planned at 5 p.m. Eastern at the Treasury Department in Washington, D.C. That's where Elon Musk's demolition crew got access this weekend to the Treasury's payment system, which means that, among other things, Musk now has access to personal and financial data of millions of Americans. Tonight, federal government employee unions joined an advocacy group for retirees in filing a lawsuit against Musk obtaining sensitive personal data on, say, everyone in this country who gets a Social Security check. Pushback is happening on many fronts. Is it going to work? Joining us now is Congressman Jamie Raskin of Maryland. He's the ranking member of the Judiciary Committee, is one of the lawmakers at USAID today. Congressman Raskin, it's really nice to see you. Thank you.
It's great to see you, Rachel, and thank you for coming back in this service. You're a model to all America here.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere. Can you describe your decision to go to USAID today? And actually, can you also describe what happened when you tried to go inside the building today?
Sure. Well, for me, it was easy, Rachel, because not only have I been trying to defend the Constitution and legality in America, as you know, for the last several years, but I have tens of thousands of federal workers who are my constituents in beautiful Montgomery County, Maryland. And what I see are all the telltale signs of a coup. A coup is a seizure of state power by unelected actors who work to take over the critical infrastructure of government outside of the rule of law. And that's what I see as going on right now. I mean, Elon Musk has basically tried to take control of the country's communications infrastructure, the governmental financial payments infrastructure, the data infrastructure, and he's got important parts of nodes of the military infrastructure. So I'm looking right through Donald Trump, who no doubt wants to abuse everybody's civil rights and civil liberties and centralize all the power in him. But at this point, you know, I'm with Steve Bannon and Laura Loomer and the people on the right who are saying, watch Elon Musk, because he's the guy who's trying to centralize all power behind him, and he hasn't been elected to anything.
When you say that, as you did today, and we played the clip of it, that we're going to stop Elon Musk, what do you see as the most effective means of opposition to that, the scale of what you're describing there?
Well, every democratic means available to us. Now, fortunately, because they think they're dictators, they're trampling the civil service law. I mean, the heart of civil service law is you can't fire people for political reasons. That's why we have a civil service, as you know, and yet they are being very open and explicit about their doing that. I mean, to the extent people are given any justification at all, it's that we don't think that you can successfully forward the agenda of President Trump, which is not an acceptable justification for firing people who haven't had a chance to even work for Donald Trump, right? These are professional, independent civil service members, Republicans, Independents, Democrats. In any event, the vast majority of them have excellent civil service records, and you have to give them a due process administrative hearing and tell them specifically what are the charges against them. It's the same thing, by the way, with the inspectors general, 18 of whom were sacked en masse by Trump, when those people have the right to 30 days notice to Congress with a specific substantive elucidation of the charges against them. They've just run roughshod all over that. So we're going to start with civil service. We've got constitutional claims against them in a lot of places because the First Amendment stands for the same principle. You can't fire neutral, non-political officers like prosecutors, like FBI agents, like cops, simply because a new party comes to power and they think that they want to stuff it with their own political sycophants.
Congressman Raskin, if you don't mind, I'd like to hold you through a quick break. I want to ask you about people showing up in the streets, which we are starting to see now. We saw it a little bit today in Washington where you were. We also starting to see it in cities around the country. There's something big planned for tomorrow. I want to talk to you about how that dovetails or doesn't with the kind of opposition that you're talking about. If you can stick with us for just one more moment.
You bet.
Indeed. Congressman Jamie Raskin of Maryland is with us again right after this break. Stay with us.